We on?
We are live.
Hello, everybody. It's Doug Blank again at the historic Hardwood. Wait, at Cuero, at the Hardwood Historic Downtown Cuero, Texas. It's becoming historic, the historic Hardwood, and I want to welcome you to another virtual happy hour. This is our 12th episode, and it's going to be the Long Island Iced Tea. Before we get into that, I want to thank Ranch House Spirits for fueling another happy hour, and I wanted to talk about one of the bottles that you can find over there on 202 East Broadway, I believe. This is Probitas, a beautiful, beautiful Barbadian rum. Quite affordable, small label because it's kind of like what the locals drink, you know. So it's like from Foursquare Rum Distillery. It's one of my favorite rums that my buddy Kelly introduced me to, and great way to make your daiquiri. And always join us at the Hardwood because we love the daiquiri. We want to make you one with this beautiful bottle right here, Probitas. Again, available at Ranch House Spirits, and we're going to dive in to the Long Island Iced Tea. So, Long Island Iced Tea is quite. What's irreverent mean? Let's just say it's that. It's like it's notorious by definition. It's strong. It's kind of a catch-all of all alcohol, and then it's like topped off with Coke. It has a very bad reputation, but at the same time, that doesn't mean it can't be good. We've been working on it. We did a lot of variations. We're trying to take pictures of it. We couldn't get the right picture and stuff, so we're like, frick it. We're just gonna roll with it. So the original recipe does call for a lot of booze. We're just gonna go ahead and when I get behind the bar top, I'm gonna go ahead and tame them all down because, you know. Let's do it. Oh, I want to try this. Maddie, you want to try it?
Yeah.
Oh, and of course we have Tom, a.k.a. Tom, helping us out.
Tommy Boy. Got him.
And of course, Maddie, a.k.a. Maddie Malort, a.k.a. Maddie Bubatti, a.k.a. Maddie Mustache.
Not so much.
Not so much anymore. Cheers. I'm all. You're all slamming it back. Anyways, don't forget we were by the highway. It's a lot of noise. Yeah, this is great. Like super. It has a little bit of that funkiness that you're coming from. Like, you know, like honey forward. It's going to be definitely higher in proof. What is the proof in this? 47% alcohol. What's 47 plus 47?
94.
94 proof. So, you know, it's going to put some, it's going to put a little pep in your step. That's nice, for sure. So, Long Island Iced Tea, don't know much about the history. Pretty sure it was created in Long Island. Oak Beach is what we've gathered by a man that claims to have made it named, what's his first name? Bob Butt.
Nickname?
Rosebud. I've actually heard it referred to as a rosebud before, the Long Island, so I think that's actually, I don't know how true that is. Unfortunately, I read that on the internet. That's what I always say, try to find it in a book, a detail, like a book that you can trust, because if anybody's going to write about it, even if it's wrong, at least they put the effort into putting it into a book. So, I don't know much about Long Island Iced Tea. I do know it hails from the 70s, and like the pinnacle of, like right when it, like, the dark ages of cocktail were really rolling out. So when we build this drink, I think we'll all agree it is a strange build. But needless to say, we're going to do our best to make it a great drink. And we got some great ingredients, and we're going to rock it now. It's a little bit windy today. It's nice.
Feels good.
It feels great. Got some umbrellas going on. Camera pooped the bed last week because it got too hot out here. I don't know why. It's not shady. It's not sunny over here. So anyways, we are... Anyway, episode 12. We're doing it. So we're going to start off first. It's going to do just like a standard recipe. We're going to do some simple syrup. Let's do about a half ounce. I think a traditional Long Island, like the ones from the 70s, would be more everything equal parts. So maybe it's a boozy drink. I think there's like 4 ounces of alcohol in it, like the original, right? Is that what we figured out, or I
Pretty
figured out?
much like an ounce apiece.
Yeah. We're avoiding that. We're gonna do 3 ounces new. Oh, we'll talk about the jungle bird that I messed up yesterday. After this, I'm like, this pineapple tastes really bad. 3/4 ounces lemon. All right, let's get into our booze. We're gonna do 3/4 ounce pours, right? No, Maddie's how we decided.
Yeah.
So let's do 1/2 ounce of orange liqueur. We're using Cointreau. Really nice liqueur. It's not gonna. If all you got is triple sec, when you go look at the counter, you can get a triple sec from like $6 to $40. I highly recommend using the nicer stuff. If you got dry curacao, if you have your home tiki bar or something, use dry curacao. You don't have to go out and buy a different brand of orange liqueur. You know, just something orange forward, of course. See, like that right there, if we just put some rum in there and just give it a quick shake, have like a daiquiri variation, you know, that would be perfect. But let's go ahead and ruin it. Let's go ahead and put 1/4 ounce of one of our heroes, Panama Pacific, the house selection that yours truly, the hardwood. 3/4 ounce. All right. Tequila. We're gonna use Hornitos. What we use for our tequila, our margarita week. What was margarita week? 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Time flies. 3/4 ounce. So we're making this first one pretty strong. We're just taking a little bit of the nip off by not doing full ounce pours. So this is not going to be the greatest drink, and we are not claiming that. We're just doing it just so we can get a starter. We can try it together. Y'all at home, we'll tell you how it goes, what it tastes like, and then the next 2 that we build, we're going to adjust and try to come up with a great variation of the Long Island iced tea. So I got the tequila in there. I have the rum in there. Oh, we need gin. Oh, we got some Ford gin.
Hey, Cody.
Hey, Cody. Hey, it's in the mail. I was gonna say the check's in the mail. Jack Burton from Big Trouble in Little China. The check. All Jack Burton. The check is in the mail. You know what Jack Burton says? Who? Me. Did I wear my Jack Burton on Happy Hour yet? My Jack Burton tank top.
Yes. I want to say you did.
Maybe it
I
has to
think
come
you
out
mentioned-
again
I think
next
you
week.
mentioned it.
Probably one of my favorite movies ever. All right, Forge Gin, Great Botanicals, do a great job. They used to have Cana Brava. Cana Brava, which is a rum, was discontinued, and they only do Forge Gin now. And the creator of Cana Brava started Panama Pacific. And what's last? Vodka? Right? 3/4 ounce of a vodka. Boy, I am just chomping at the bit to drink this one, guys. Wow. How in God's earth was this ever celebrated? I'm just pouring all this into this shaker, and I'm like dreading it.
I think literally somebody said, hey, you know that shot that one guy made that nobody knows about, the 4 Horsemen? Let's make a drink out of it.
Fair enough. Put it in Collins glass. A lot of liquid in here. You're gonna give this a pretty hard shake. We're gonna shake this pretty hard and overshake it because we want to dilute it. There's a lot of booze in here. Granted, we even cranked it down a bit. There's still a lot of alcohol in it. So we're gonna shake it hard, long, get a lot of dilution going in there. Long and hard, baby. I wish I didn't say that.
Family friendly program.
Woo, that's cold. So, hardwood's still kicking, doing well. The reservations are working out famously to the point when we start putting tables in, we're going to keep the reservation book coming so we can, obviously run a tighter ship. Food's great. We're really excited. We're kicking butt. So please, give us a call, get in the book, get your reservation going, and then we can, have fun together. I'll even make you a Long Island iced tea if we can figure it out. We're gonna do that today, I'm sure. So anyway, so as you can see, not what you would expect from the pictures, and if you've even had one. Tom, I need a lemon and a peeler. It actually doesn't smell bad. If anything, it smells almost like a gimlet. Because all that, the gin is definitely, that Ford's is has like a really, it's really heavy on the nose, like a tremendous amount of botanical going on. So like that's actually coming through the most, in my opinion. And straws. Paper straws. Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
All right, so that's actually that actually is quite pretty. Doesn't look bad, but what makes it the classic for Long Island iced tea is essentially a splash. Thank you, Tommy, Tom, God, Tom, Titty, Tom. Put that straw in there. I would constitute this as a splash of Coke. I think that actually looks great. Oh man, I forgot. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Usually I'd get a toothpick and wrap it up and do it cute. Maybe with the cherry. Actually, I think a Tom Collins garnish, like a pill of lemon and then a cherry, would actually be really cool in this. Yeah, like get one of the Texas flags that we use. Yeah. But anyways, that actually doesn't look bad. All right, so the first Long Island iced tea, didn't put much effort into it. Just did like a generic recipe that you see on the internet or that you like find in most typical bars would make. It's actually not as bad as I remembered. It's actually not that bad. You know, it's actually okay. I think that dilution actually did a pretty good. That dilution was a good idea. It was a good call to overshake it and get it super cold. Get it like, because if we just did it like a 6-second shake, it would probably just pour to right here. We got it to about a little bit higher, so it's actually okay. I would never put this on a menu, but if I order Long Island iced tea to just be like kind of a goofy or whatever at a dive bar, and they gave me this, I'd drink it. Interesting. A lot of botanical. See, like that gin. This Ford gin really puts off. It has a lot going on, and I mean that in a great way. I don't know the price on this bottle right now. Oh, cool! It even tells you on the side where they get all their botanicals from. Coriander seed for sure. Lemon peel definitely. Grapefruit for sure. Well water from California and wheat from England. 2-2. You're 22. It's $22. Right on. Ranch House Spirits. Go check it out. So yeah, so Long Island iced teas. Got the I know like there's like those pre-mixes or whatever. There's like some that you see that are just like Long Island iced tea, like the liquor's already blended, and then the bartender just pour it into the cup, put a splash of Coke on there. Like, dude, I mean, if you must have that, go for it. But man, that is. If you want to, if you've never had gut rot, I insist, treat yourself to a pre-mix Long Island iced tea, and yeah, it'll happen. So yeah, and again, Maddie's the bartender right now. So he's bouncing back and forth. Got Tom behind the camera right now. Tom, if there's any questions or anything, or if anybody, oh, and please remember Venmo. Thank you. It helps us out. Keep this happy hour going. Thanks, Tom. So yeah, that was actually again pleasant surprise. Not as bad as I remembered. Just use a regular splash of Coke. But the next few ones we're gonna do, I actually found this really cool cola. Well, I didn't go searching for it. Actually, it's kind of jumped up at me when I went to go pick up some ice. Fever Tree's Madagascan cola. So botanicals, like ingredients from all over the world. It's pretty cool. Tastes like a premium cola, I guess. You know, like it doesn't really have like that. It's not as sugary, I guess. Yeah, but it doesn't fit. But the thing is, that's cool about like Coke with all these chemicals and stuff in there. And shame on me for saying this, but it presents better. Like when you pour it into the glass, and like especially when you have like pineapple or something in there, and you add like an American soda, the fizz and stuff comes up, and it holds stronger. It's like more conformed bubbles because there's chemicals in there for that. Because Coca-Cola, especially when you have their drink, not only do they want to get you hooked onto a consistent flavor and it be a soda that is chemically modified to make you want more. At the same time, they want you, when you see it, for it to like get your taste buds going and get you and like just hit all those like triggers in your brain to make you just want to drink the Coke. I mean, they always say you eat with your eyes first. Same idea with drinking. You drink with your eyes first. That's why we try to make our drinks look as wonderful as possible. That's why we use. Sometimes I'll make a tiki cocktail and put it into a tiki mug. You can't even see what's in there, and people are just dying to try it simply because of the mug, and they don't even know what the drink actually looks like. Happens all the time. I'm a sucker for it too. Like if somebody gets a great tiki mug put in front of them, it's like I gotta try that. It's your favorite drink, you've never even had it. Don't be fooled by this Long Island iced tea. If you're at home thinking that this one looks good and you want to try this, I assure you the next one that we make will be hands down better than this. So we're going to change the ratios up as well. Corey over at Ranch House Spirits, I was talking to him yesterday and I was telling him, I was like, dude, I cannot figure out this damn Long Island iced tea for the life of me. And he gave me a pointer. He said, you know, it's like make your Long Island to your guests. I'm like, well, yeah. And he's like, well, you know, if they're a gin fan, bump up the gin and bring everything down. If they're a rum fan, bump up the rum. I'm like, yeah, duh. Like, why didn't I think of that? You know, and that was like just a great. Sometimes you just have to hear it from somebody else. And it's like, that's a great idea. And so yesterday we actually started playing around with it that way. And we started coming around with some really cool, or better variations of the Long Island iced tea. And I made one that is rum forward that we're going to go ahead and make next. Okay. So this one, we're actually going to use a little bit of Demerara sugar. Demerara is going to be a higher molasses content in the sugar, so a lot more tone, a lot more earth, almost like I always refer to funky, but what I mean by that is just like it's like a ripeness to it. There's like a grit to it, if you will. And if you know what molasses smells like, or you know, it's pretty much what makes it so dark. There's a higher molasses content. So we're gonna do a 1/4 ounce of this. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio, 2 parts sugar, 1 part water. So you do not need as much. And the reason we don't do 1-to-1 on that is because it's so viscous that we use that sugar not only as for flavor, but to an ingredient that ties everything together, and it just doesn't need that much. That is like the glue. It's enough to glue everything together. And just again add that like depth of that molasses that we came on talking about. All right, and then we're gonna go on to our lemon juice. We're gonna use fresh squeezed lemon juice for everything, for each one of these. 3/4 ounces. 3/4 ounces of juice tends to be my favorite ratio. If you like your drinks a little bit drier, we would probably amp it up to 1 ounce. But typically, we want to keep it down to about 3/4 because it can just get overly tart. It can really bite you on the jaw. Some people like that, and we'll oblige, especially if you're a daiquiri fan and if you're in the daiquiri world and you love drinking daiquiris and you have a variation, we'll entertain it for sure. All right, so we're gonna do a 1/2 ounce of Cointreau still. How's everybody doing in there? Everybody good?
That's just clover next already.
Cool.
Made him a daiquiri tryout.
Good. All right, we're gonna bump right into the Smith & Cross. And we're gonna do a whole 3/4 ounce of this bad boy. Cool. Actually, let's do a whole ounce, so we'll bump everything down. So So this is a pretty strong rum, so we don't have to. So in that, the Smith & Cross, this is that Jamaican rum. We talk about it a lot. High improved naval strength. It is going to have that Jamaican funk, molasses, ripe banana, fresh grasses, a little bit hungover-ish, if you will. You know, when you wake up the next day and you're like, why do I smell like this? Kind of has that element to it in the best of ways. So from there, we are going to use a half ounce of gin. Gin and rum actually play with each other very well. So you know, actually, will you go in there and get Mescal? I guess just for the sake of this, we're gonna put a 1/4 ounce of vodka, just to say that it's in there. Unnecessary. The last one will probably be like no vodka. It might just be a splash of gin, a little bit of Mescal, and then more of a rum blend. But this is one that I did yesterday that I was really into. But again, I'm gonna not with the Mescal. We just use tequila, but well, I believe all tequilas are Mescal, but not all Mescals are tequila. So just what he's bringing out is Rey Campero. Yeah, we show it. We put it in the camera. So this is a really wonderful Mescal. It's a Joven. It's a young one. This is again available at Ranch House Spirits. It is going to be gonna have that classic smokiness of a Mescal, but at the same time it's just nice. It has like a crisp. It's crisp, and to me it has a radish element to it. It has like this like nice bite to it. I know I always talk about radishes and things, but this one does. We're gonna do a 1/4 ounce. Did I put gin in there yet? How much I put in? Half ounce? Ounce, half ounce, 1/4. Yeah, good. Did I put the triple sec in there or the Cointreau? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Woo, that's smoky. You know what'd be even cooler than that? You know what'd be good in that? Like a nice scotch, like a Lefroy to float on. It's like you. Yeah. But Maddie, I was just explaining to him that gin and rum actually play with each other very well. Before they were drinking daiquiris, they were drinking grog, and then before they were drinking grog, they were drinking gimlets. Essentially, like that's what the navies were supplied on their ship, was a tremendous amount of gin, and they just mix it with the lime juice and some sugar to get it down. All right, we're gonna do an over dilution on this as well. Check like nobody's watching. Ooh, it's cold. This one's inherently going to be darker because of the Smith & Cross. Look, it's almost looks carbonated. Cool. Great wash line. See, this one's even, because the ice is a little bit, what we refer to as a little bit more wet, and meaning that it's melted. It's just easier to say it's wet instead of explain that it's melted. And that's it, gave it more dilution as well. So the wash line right now, which is where the liquid actually stops, is, I would say, perfect for the next step, which is adding the cola. And we're going to use the theory tree that we talked about. Ah, hell. Wouldn't be a virtual happy hour with Doug Blank if I didn't forget everything. I just need a bottle opener. Not anymore. I did it. I figured it out. I used our measure as a bottle opener. Intuitive? Intuition? Innovative. Me Doug. Me no words. Me word good.
Word wizard.
Me Doug. Me word good. Me word good. Me like words. Anyways, where I really interrupted myself. So, since we stepped up the ingredients, we're stepping up the cola. and we're using this more as an ingredient instead of a cover-up. So the cola that we used in the last one, the one right here, I would say this is more of a cover-up. This, again, ingredient. Oh, I hope everybody's okay.
There's a wreck earlier on 87.
Oh, man. They're always going out, dude. They're always going Goliad way. Really? I hope it will. Hope everybody's okay. A lot going on out there, man. Viter Cola. Yeah, tighter carbonation. So, well, that's something that we could talk about. We can actually talk about, not too many people would realize this, but 6 inches up, 3 inches back, letting those lighter oils go over the drink. You're gonna do the sweeter oils, the heavier oils that are more bitter. I'm gonna let fall away. Citrus, I mean, when it comes to citrus, garnishing with citrus, I think lemon's actually my favorite, so. All right, Long Island iced tea number 2. Yep. That's pretty. So, when you look at a soda, when you get like sparkling water, you'll notice that the bubbles are, like when we say tight, the smaller the bubble, the tighter it is. Nicer carbonated water is going to have smaller bubbles. That means it's going to be more effervescence. It's going to stay carbonated longer. It's not going to go flat as quickly. When you drink things like a highball, or Japanese style highballs especially, you want super fizzy water. It just helps open up your cocktail, helps express the liquors, and gives you more of a mouthfeel, gives you even like a nice experience in the nose. And that's why we love using Topo Chico, because it gives you a very, very, that burn that's like straight from that carbonation. I believe it's not, I'm pretty sure Topo Chico is naturally carbonated, right? This is okay. We're getting there. This is actually pretty cool. I'm into it. It's going to be obviously rum forward, super heavy on the molasses, that funk from the Smith & Cross. That gin, the botanical, does bounce around, but what you're really getting is the mezcal. And there's only a quarter ounce of mezcal in there, and it's really, it's like campfiring the whole thing, but I shouldn't, that's disrespect to the mezcal. It's really doing more than that. This is a fake candle. This isn't even real. And look at that. It is melted. It was melted to the table. Yeah. Hey. That one's tasting a little bit better. Now it's watered down. There's too much booze in it. Doesn't lose it. You know what I mean? It's like when we use a lot of booze here and stuff, it's like if you can do it. A lot of the times, like the heavier tiki drinks and stuff, the reason they're so boozy is because of the ingredients. It needs to have these certain elements, like these certain types of liquors in there, just to like really express that creation. Especially when we always talk about rum. These two rums right next to each other, they're both technically rum, but they're vastly different. Especially when you tie in something like Probitas next to these. They'd all be so different. The mezcal and the tequila, yes, they are definitely vastly different. But if we had 3 gins in front of you like we did last week, you really have to dig a little deeper to appreciate the nuance. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But that's why I tend to use rum drinks and tiki cocktails, because you can really use the same ingredient, a rum-based cocktail, and really get all this depth and all this creation out of there, all these different flavors and different techniques for different rums. It really just opens everything up. Honestly, I think the next one would be fun if we whip shaked it. So yeah, I mean, Long Island iced tea, if it's your jam, go for it. But if you're gonna make these at home, yeah, play around with it. Get better ingredients too. I mean, you might as well just do it right. Get yourself some decent ingredients. Get yourself nice bottles, and get yourself a nice cola. and make it worth it. You know, make it worth the hangover. Because I assure you, you drink a lot of these, you drink 3 of these, you're going to be blitzed. Blitzed. So let's think about the next one. So the next one, I'm a rum fan. I think the next one we're going to actually go a little bit rum forward. Tom, will you do me a solid? Will you switch this out for, give me the black shot. He's going to grab me the black pot still that I love using, in like, especially in drinks like our Jungle Bird and things like that. Because it plays really well with cola. Really well, actually. Like one of our house drinks on our secret menu, if you will, is something I created called From the Depths, and it's pretty much our rum and coke. Beautiful creme de cacao, some black rum, Scotch coke. Thank you, sir. Cool. This is like, I guess cola nut is like the main ingredient that nobody ever really places their finger on when it comes to cola. And that's where it gets the name from, is the cola nut. But I was explaining to Tom a couple of days ago, is like, sometimes when you taste things, you're tasting things that you probably never tasted before. So like, you can't figure it out, and you're like kind of stressing out because you want to figure out what it is. And then years later, you'll smell something or taste something like, oh, that reminds you of this rum. And chances are it'd be more like, actually, this reminds you, or this tastes, or if you're like, this tastes like this certain rum, chances are it's more like, no, this rum actually tastes like this ingredient. You just never had it before. So, you know, I like to look at it that way. I was just telling the guest, Maddie Bubatti is back. Maddie Malort, aka Maddie Mustache, aka Maddie. That's good, right? Yeah, number 2 is good. So this one we're gonna do. This one we're gonna do rum forward, and we're actually gonna just keep out the vodka. There's no point in putting vodka in there, and we're gonna achieve probably 2.5 to 3 ounces of booze in this one. It's gonna be pretty boozy. We'd probably do a limit to 2 per person on this if we had at the bar, or we'd make it a shareable cocktail and just go all out. So, with that said, I really want to whip shake this, but not today. But I think it'd be really good whip shaked with the dilution and just topping everything off. Sorry, everybody out there having a good time? So, Hardwood's up and operating, guys. Thank you so much for everybody coming in, showing us the love. We are rocking out food, and it is, if I say so myself, so good. We have our dogs, our wild dogs, our house dogs, the Hardwoods hot dog, New England style buns, Hebrew National dog, like ballpark size, like they're huge. All beef, kosher beef, quality dog. Our hot dog sauce, which is actually essentially chili with ground beef in it. So, very, very simple recipe, but we make it ourselves, put a lot of effort into it, make our aioli, which is essentially a fancy way to say mayonnaise. We make it completely from scratch. Eggs to oil to everything, and it's awesome. I've been making aioli for years. I've been working on this recipe for years, and I'm happy to put it onto these dogs. And then it's going to be that sharp cheddar cheese, and then our house mustard blend. Me and the boys figured it out. It's a blend of 4 different mustards. We actually make one of the mustards, and we pickle our own mustard seeds, and that's blended in there. And then we topped off with fresh herbs, and of course, the Hardwood signature goes on almost everything, dill. And on top of that, we also have our egg sando. It's going to be an over medium egg with seared sage and sharp cheddar. I know that sounds weird, right? You got to come in and check it out, but that's exactly what it is. Some white bread. That aioli, we spiced it up with a little bit of akamiso from Bavado Spice, so it has a nice little burn to it, but it's just the right amount in my opinion. Some nice white bread. This is all bar food, but we just wanted to elevate it, just like we do our drinks. Something that you know, but elevate it, and it's just super awesome after like 2 or 3 drinks especially. The dogs, you order in packs, so the more dogs you order, the cheaper it gets. So every 2 you order, you get a little bit off. So keep that in mind. bring in some friends, take some home. You can do it to go. We're gonna have the online store up and operating again, so you can order online to go. And then, and of course, kind of becoming infamous for it, our pimento cheese. You gotta come check that out. The BC, the Big Cheese, named inspired by a good friend of mine that passed away recently, Jim Landau. The BC, man, I miss him, and every time I make that sandwich, I think about him. So, from there, what else? Oh, next week, Wednesday, we're back with the Driftwood. Every Wednesday, we are having a tiki night, and we do it all through the summer, and we just nickname the bar to the Driftwood. Tiki menu, putting some special food items on there. A Don Buddy, which is essentially a Japanese rice bowl, but we're doing it with Spam, fresh pineapple, some tobiko, and freaking house-made aioli. Again, a bunch of fresh herbs. Nori is awesome. You gotta go check it out, please. We're gonna have things like the Jungle Bird, made with our blackstrap rum, and some Campari. And then we're also gonna have our version of a Blue Hawaiian. And then, of course, the Painkiller will be back. And what else do we what else? Oh, and of course, the Mai Tai. You can always get a Mai Tai, but can't the hardwood. It's our crown jewel. We are proud of the Mai Tai. The Mai Tai and the daiquiri, well, essentially the Mai Tai is a daiquiri variation, but the Mai Tai is, if you come and work here, you're going to be one of the best Mai Tai makers in Texas, I assure you that. By the time I'm done with you, can be. Hey, look at me, I'm Tom Cruise in Cocktail. Pretty cool, huh? Got chills? Oh, the dab's back. Thought we moved on from that. It's okay, that's who you are. I don't mind. I have a sense that garlic used to be in this bottle. I shouldn't have said that.
Extra flavor.
1/4 ounce Demerara. Three-quarter ounce fresh squeezed lemon juice. I want to thank Tom, aka Tommy Boy, for we told him he has to get a nickname. He can't just be the only person that doesn't have a nickname. Christ's sakes, even Morgan, aka Morgan the Grouch. At least you got at least one of your nicknames is your name. Tom, aka Tom. Yeah, you do. No, you don't. Oh, okay. Well, you're special. You have the most nicknames though. But anyway. Well, I mean, you're still Matty Mustache to me. But I thank Tom for all the freshly squeezed juices. They're double strained. Tom, thank you. What I put in there? Demerara, lemon juice, 1/2 ounce of Cointreau. Okay, so we're going to do 1/2 ounce of Probitas. A whole ounce of the blackstrap. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I need to see how pretty that. So that blackstrap, when it pours, is essentially the same color as this cola, and that's because they take, after the distilling process, they take the molasses that they use to ferment to make the distillate. It's called dunder at that point, and they put it back into the distillate and to help develop those flavors in that color.
Cody asked, does Tiki Wednesday just run through August or into September? Like, so you said summertime.
Yeah, that's a good question. It really just stops when it just stops whenever. We're always doing tiki drinks. We just have a flyer for it. I mean, it usually goes till about September, and then we go into our Christmas menu around September, October, right? It's not September, November, right? It's September, October. What month are we even in? June. Yeah. So yeah, sure. We'll do it till September. Why not? We need a 1/4 ounce of mezcal in here. This is going to be good, I think. Oh, I cannot wait to tell you what we're doing next week. Oh, our fake candle still works. All right, again, a lot of booze in here, so we're going to over-dilute. Ow! So when you shake in competitions, you're supposed to not move like I do. I'm all, ah! But you're supposed to stay still. Look at the judges. And if you're whip shaking at home, if you have nothing to do with your hand and you shake with one hand, just place your hand behind your back. Or admire the loud truck. Woo, that's cold. I mean, it's somewhat pretty. Oh, it smells mescal. I guess I could have just got away with doing tequila on that one, but whatever. We'll figure it out. I guess I said to you guys before that we used to make our own cola and stuff since it was a pain in the butt. Couldn't keep it super consistent. But Tommy and I started working on a ginger beer, and I was thinking if we get that figured out and get that tied in, I think start fermenting our own cola, or start do like a ginger beer process, but like with a cola. That'd be cool. Don't remind me of that. If I'll come in here and be like, I said that on here, just forget I said it. Hello. Hello. I can't tell if this is pretty or not.
That's good. Let's go here.
How's that?
That's good. Fine.
Oh, cool. All right. Let's try this one out. I wouldn't sell this. But it's not that bad. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely. I only put a quarter ounce, but I guess that rum's not doing what I thought it would. That's fine. That's okay. The second one. So out of the three that we made, the second one was the best one. Yeah, I'll run it back and then we'll play off of that one. We'll use those ratios and then play for the runs from there. For some reason I thought that black strap would play really well with that that Madagascan cola, but it doesn't. So that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Give that a try. So I'm in front of you right now for episode 13, lucky number 13. We are going to be celebrating absinthe. And we're going to be doing an extended episode next week. And the reason why is because we want to make sure everybody can tune in at any given time. So we're going to try to run for a couple of hours. And we're going to have guest bartenders behind here. And we're actually going to have our first guest table to the side. They won't necessarily be a part of this, but they're going to watch us do this to see what we're doing. And we're going to tie that into this too. So maybe we're doing 2 hours. We're doing 2 hours next week. Again, and so it's going to be celebrating absinthe. Violet Crown Spirits is helping us out. Or we're going to celebrate theirs. We're going to use them for pretty much the pinnacle. Get a few different bottles. Just try different absinthes. Go into flavor profiles. Go into the history of it. We're going to go really deep. Morgan, aka Morgan, the Grouch is going to join us next week. He's going to tie in one of his cocktails that he's been working on. We're going to have a really good time. And to everybody out there, a lot of unrest out there. So please be safe. Everybody, try your best to get along. We're thinking about all of y'all. Blah, 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 blah. What time is it? It's only at 45 minutes. Let's make another drink.
Yeah, I'm actually this one's kind of growing on me.
All right, you're going to, enjoy it.
Like, that mescal's definitely like it has that smokiness to it, but like it's...
Let's make a freaking Cuba Libre, dude. We're going to make a Cuba Libre. I can't make another one of those freaking dumpster fires. I mean, granted,
That second one was, dude,
And we made one yesterday. We made one yesterday that we gave to one of our guests that was really good. I forgot what we did. Tom, will you get me a highball glass? Not a Collins, a highball. But, you know what I mean? The shorter ones. See what?
Looks the same, but it's shorter, a little bit.
Yeah, just a short.
Little ones from last week.
Yeah.
It might have the world map on it. There is one that has a world map on it.
Guys, on our YouTube channel, we didn't upload last week's episode because we broke it. We broke the video. We had to start over, so we didn't get to upload it. But this one will be uploaded, and then also check out our demonstration videos. Takes a lot of effort to make those. And that's why we haven't put another one up lately. Just because the bar's back up. Yeah, perfect. Just because the bar's back open, and so we're so busy getting the bar back up and running. Me, Maddie, Tom, and Amanda's here now, and then we're actually hiring a little bit more. If you know anybody that wants to learn how to cook, let us know. So, is the power off? Oh God. Well, we're still here. We're still celebrating together. Don't mind that. No big deal. Sorry. It's just power. It's just what modern civilization is built upon. Don't worry about it. Let's just not. Let's enjoy it. Let's hang out with our guest. Tom, will you go check on the inside, make sure everybody's okay, if there's anybody new or okay. Somebody in there. Just give us your money. Come here. Help us. We need your help.
Let's look at some comments here.
Okay, go ahead.
Matt, Ariaga said, can't wait to get my hands on another hot dog.
Cool.
Daryl said, hot dog.
Hey, Daryl.
Your mom said delicious when we were talking about the food earlier.
Your mom.
Your mom.
My mom.
Your mom.
Me, mom, me. Oh, we have a. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good.
We have a video about the Cuba Libre on there. We go into a lot of detail. We're gonna do that right now. And honestly, I'm quite proud of ours Cuba Libre. I put a lot of time and effort into it. We typically have like a Collins cube, which is a handcrafted ice cube that fills up the entire glass. We don't have any of those right now. You know, due time we'll get those back. And I usually use a spice drum and the Smith & Cross, but I don't have it. Will you go grab the Kubi bottle that's in the?
That should be enough.
Is it blended?
Yeah.
Okay. So we blend. We use cheater bottles, so we'll blend batches, whatever, so we can like make sure we get your cocktail done quickly. I know people, and I hope everybody understands that we make everything from scratch. So when you come in and you're like, oh my God, it's taking forever for them to make a Mai Tai. It's like, well, we're making it completely from scratch. But sometimes on the weekend, especially, we'll build cheater bottles, so we'll pre-blend and things like that.
No, your mom just asked, is the power really out? No, it's not out. Like, I think that breaker might just flip for that one outlet. So.
And also, reservations. We are doing it now. We are getting used to the reservation system. So I'm sorry if I'm not answering every time you call. We're also using the phone that you call for this. But please, reserve. We are no longer doing like the big 20 tops coming in. We're not, we're just not that kind of bar. Like we're like doing seated guided experiences, and when we get back to 100%, like we're not gonna you're gonna have to get a table if you can't fit it at the bar, and we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna even do like everything from like obviously food and stuff like that. Hey Spectrum, thank you. I wish my truck beeped. Why is that happening? So anyways, but like you said, we're trying to elevate your experience and stuff. And also when we have
Hard to back up.
it's not even that big of a truck.
He literally could have like backed up all the way and then gone. But he,
Not
like,
that
did,
big.
he did like a 6-point turn there and a big ass parking lot by
Yeah.
himself.
Beep. Oh, I just wanted to back up one more time.
It just
Beep. So,
so.
but when we get you guys seated and everybody, and we're building a serving staff right now, and we get to actually go to your table and get your drink orders and stuff. Like, it's going to be much better for everybody involved. It's going to make everything a little bit more relaxed. And so please take advantage of that. We're doing reservations now. Call ahead. Let us get you in the book. We want to serve you, and we want to give you the best experience that we possibly can provide. And we look forward to seeing you. So, I'm going to make one of my favorite drinks, Cuba Libre. Bonus round! So the Cuba Libre is a classic cocktail. We all know this. Please go to our YouTube channel, watch our demonstration on the Cuba Libre, and you'll learn all about it. I think I talked about the history on there.
Yes.
All right, quarter ounce of the Demerara, 2-1. Bazing. And then we're going to go ahead. Well, typically it'd be lime juice, but lemon juice would be. We'll try lemon juice. Think about lemon juice. So lime juice is going to be a little bit more on the bitter end. And it's going to be more tart. Lemon is going to be a touch sweeter and more. It's going to be brighter. So it's going to be. So that's why lemon's always used for like gins and things like that. And Tom Collins, because it just brightens up. Why are you laughing? 3/4 ounces. What happened? What did I say?
I asked what his mom's name was because I had forgotten, and I was like, "What's your grandma's name?" And he told me. I was like, "She's
Marilyn? Hey, what's up, Marilyn? So, and also when you pour it home, make sure that I always have this out of the way so they can see the. That's my bad. So when you pour it home, it's a cool bartender trick. Brant introduced me to not letting the spout touch the measure. It's more efficient that way, and it's a little bit more, has a little bit more class to it, even though I'm spilling everything over myself right now. And to avoid that, you always want to pour backhanded. Okay, so everything I just did typically works really well. Okay, so please practice that at home. I just made a mess because I was chatting the whole time. But you want to be smooth. You know, you don't want to be the Tom Cruise from Cocktail stuff, the whole flipping the bottle thing. I mean, it's cool. I can't deny that. I appreciate it. I get it. It takes effort. It takes time. Cool. But I think keeping your elbows in, being well informed of what you're making, not what next or whatever, or if you are going to be what's next because you're building an experience for your guest and you want to just like play off of their palate, that's the only time. I think that's the only time you should be really like just touching a bunch of bottles. But when you know what you're making, if you're confident in your libation build, yeah, it's all in there. And so if you use like beautiful technique and you use proper technique, that's all the flair you need. It's impressive to everybody for the most part. Let's shake this bad boy up. So, my opinion on Long Island iced tea. If you like it, I dig it, and I'll make you one. I'll happily make you one. But the best way to make Long Island iced tea is to do everything we did, and throw it in the trash, set it on fire, and then make yourself Cuba Libre. I should have said that. You just looked at me like crazy. But if you, I mean, there's some people that swear by Long Island iced tea, and I can't blame them. I can't blame them. I mean, me and Maddie Malort drink Malort, and we love it. Again, I would double strain that over a hand cut ice cube, but don't have that right now. My apologies. Oh, frick! Over diluted. That's exactly what we do when we accidentally over dilute your cocktail to hardwood. We just drink it out for you, so you have nothing to worry about. We're gonna use this fine Madagascan cola. So this Cuba Libre, I built a DAC. This whole entire rum blend, Smith & Cross, blended with some spice rum. I've been working on a spice rum recipe for a while. We're probably gonna get it going again. And so since Tiki Week is starting up this week, but we use the cola. I built this daiquiri variation to use Coca-Cola, especially because it's like only thing really available in small town Texas, to use this as an ingredient, not as a cover-up. So, but we're going to use this as an ingredient, not a cover-up. So just a splash, fill it up to like an eighth of just fill it up with the wash line.
Doctor.
And so we would typically not garnish this at all, but why not? Brighten it up a little bit. So yeah, this is a Cuba Libre. And I must say, this is a great freaking drink. I'm really proud of this. And like I said, I mean, I didn't create the Cuba Libre, of course. I didn't liberate freaking Cuba. But well, I think we did.
In my time, since it's starting to come to the hardwood,
Thousands. He's only been here for 2 months.
I'm a raging alcoholic. No, I'm not.
No, he's not. Maddie has. I'm not gonna say what he has going on. But he has a big weekend going on this weekend. We're going to celebrate him this weekend. My mom's so proud of you. Yeah. She's probably, what's going on this weekend? So, Long Island Iced Tea. I want to thank Robert Rosebud Butt for 1972 creating this libation so we could have this episode with you. Virtual Happy Hour number 12. Where are we at on the time? 5 minutes. So yeah, I mean, granted, play around with it. If y'all have a recipe, put it in the comments. Reach out to me. Let us know. Like I said last night, we made one that was like more rum forward, and it was like really, really good. And it didn't take that much. I just kind of forgot what the ratios were, but whatever. And we used Heyman's gin in that one yesterday, which is our house selection. So yeah, and again, thank you to Ranch House Spirits for helping us, for fueling this virtual happy hour. So excited for next week. Absinthe is going to be fun. I am a huge fan of absinthe. Absinthe's one of those things where there's really no middle ground. Either you love it or you hate it, you know. And I've never been the kind of person that's like 50-50 or whatever, but it seems to be the case. Everybody good in there? It's packed in there. Making tons of money. Actually, there's nobody in there, so please Venmo us. We need your help. Please. Help us, please. Man, it's been nice having y'all guys to help me out. Y'all have no idea. It's 18-hour days turning into 12-hour days. I love it. We're making hot dog sauce all day. We're gonna call it chili. Everybody's like, hot dog sauce? What's hot dog sauce? I'm like, well, I mean, if you grew up with New York parents, you would know what that is, I guess.
It's literally anything above the Mason-Dixon line. You make hot dog sauce.
Is the outdoor seating dog friendly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any whiskey forward drinks headed our way on the happy hour?
Whiskey forward.
Yeah, for sure. Our happy hour, we have the whiskey freezer. We have, so essentially our happy hour, we have a happy hour menu. Whiskey freezer in the old fashioned is on there.
This happy hour. For virtual.
Hey, hot stuff.
Oh, shit.
Well, if it isn't Matt. To make one right now?
No, like for a future virtual happy hour.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That sounds great. Next week is, we have a couple of next weeks planned out, but we can maybe move some stuff around. Next week is the absinthe, of course, but maybe we can move some stuff around and change episode 14, 15, and tie it in with the whiskey happy hour. That actually is a great idea because whiskey kind of gets tied into colder weather, but I think whiskey is anytime weather, and especially when you make things like the whiskey freezer, which is essentially a Tom Collins, or with whiskey, or even you can even make like a really profound old-fashioned variation that doesn't make you sweat, and highballs. Yeah, absolutely, that's a great idea. We should do a highball. We'll do like a highball virtual happy hour. That'd be great. Get some beautiful Japanese whiskeys in here. Get some really special sparkling waters that we were talking about earlier. Maybe I can find some Japanese waters up in Austin. We can talk about the highball machines that I've worked with. Yeah, that'd be great. Good call. Whoever said that, who said that? Cody, good call, man. I'm into that for sure. We'll do some highballs and also tie in our whiskey freezer to it. That'd be great. I mean, yeah. Are we at an hour? All right, guys. Thank y'all so much. Again, look forward to seeing you at the Hardwood. We are open. We're cracking out. We still need so much help. We are still steps behind, but we're cranking out food. We're staffing up. We're here for you because you are here for us. We love you. Please help us make this one of the best bars, not only in Cuero, not only in Dewitt County, not only in Texas, but in the nation. Hell, the world. We love you guys. Be good out there. Be safe. We miss you. Bye.